Okie dokie. Hello, world. Um, let's take a look at our CRM project. I want to talk about this new concept for importing data. So far, our CRM does not have static business objects. What we can do is we can define our own business objects in any which way we want, and we can add relationships between them. And we can auto generate these things from our input files. So here's a very compact ETL process that helps us get our data into the new CRM as easy as possible. So I'm going to demo for you that right now. Okay, so right here I'm on the data import screen, and I've got a test file here. I'm going to drag and drop over test contacts. Okay, template match found, test template 123. What happened is that we analyzed this file, we looked at the header, and we found that we already saved a template that corresponds to the file we just dropped. What that means is that we have a bit of code in the system that maps the input file to the business object schema um, in the CRM. So I could choose this, I could manually do it, or for demonstration purposes, I'm going to create a new object. Now I could pick one of these already existing objects that are in the CRM to map to. But for now, we're going to say create new object from this data. Then I'm going to hit analyze with AI. What's going to happen is the AI is going to look at the header. It's going to look at the sample rows. It's going to select a sampling of rows throughout the document. And what it's going to do is it's going to not only suggest a mapping to get this thing into the system, but it's also going to identify data types. And it's going to do a third thing, which is a surprise. Nobody else does this. And this would be the most advanced feature um, when we deploy it. So I'm going to hit analyze with AI. AI is doing this work right now. It's analyzing the document. It's looking at what's in the database. It's looking at proposing data types for the data that's in the document. And here's what it comes up with. It's going to come up with a new object name called prospect. I can change this to whatever I want. That's a good one. It's basing that based on the content of the document. Even came up with a description. But here's the cool part, column mapping. It identified all of the columns that are in the source document, and it identified what we're going to map it to. Now, because we selected that we're going to create a brand new business object, there are no fields to map it to. All of these are going to be new fields, but it suggested a data type for each one. It identified the phone number field based on the content as the data type. But notice something cool. Over here in the transform, it says that it's going to transform that data. It's going to do data validation and transformation for us. So how this works, I'll show you what the AI automatically generated and how we can tweak that. I'm going to hit the transforming button, and it wrote this bit of JavaScript right here. And what this does is it replaces all the non-numeric characters in the phone number. So it normalizes it. Test function, look at this. Input value. This phone number had the brackets, this one didn't, this one had dots in between. It's going to clean all that up for us. It's going to normalize the phone number for us. Now, we can do even more things. Just for demonstration purposes, I can say, when the phone number has in it, change all fives to threes. I'm going to have AI write this code for me. The transformation is going to happen automatically. Look at this. Input value. It changed the 5s to 3s. And now I'm going to say, and remove all non-numeric characters. I can't spell, but I don't need to spell. It's AI. It knows what I mean. I hit generate. It wrote the JavaScript for me to do that transformation. Here we go. Including periods. Look at this. I see the results. So I still got those dots in there. Generate. Test function. It's still not doing it. Watch this. If I can use the mouse properly, I can program an app, but I can't use a mouse. All right. So we're going to select this. Still not writing the function. It happens. So let's go back. Test our original function. Here's our replace function. Let's try it a better way. Keeping our original functionality in this function. Also change all 5s to 3s. There we go. Now we get the result we want. We're changing all our 5s to 3s. Let's go ahead and save that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to look at a validate function. And on these phone numbers, we're going to say, after removing all non-numeric characters, still can't spell, if the resulting length is not 10 digits long, then ignore this value. Generate. There we go. True means we're going to accept it. Save. So now we have a validation function for that field. We have a transformation function. We can add new columns to this. I'm going to add a column that says domain. We're going to create a new field. We're just going to keep it as a text field. But because this is a calculated column, we're required to put some type of transformation in here, obviously. And we're going to say, get the domain from the email address There we go. And we're going to extract the domain from the email address into a new column. So now we can do calculated columns on the fly, inputting this thing. Now, skipping duplicates, update existing, or always create new doesn't matter right now because we're creating a new object anyways. But if we were importing against a data set we already have in our CRM, then this would be relevant. Testing 1, 2, 3 is the template name. Start import. Here's the new field it's going to create. It's going to create a new object. 9 mapped columns. There's 15 total rows in our input files. Go. Using that template that the AI just generated and I helped complete and validate, we've imported this new business object into our CRM. And now we can go up here to business objects. Here's our prospects. All the fields that we identified and we just created when we imported this thing now appear as filters. They're right there ready to go, and this happens dynamically. It happens on the fly. You don't have to do anything. And this is probably the best filtering mechanism there is, because we not only have the values, but we also have the operations. This is going to build a complex query um, that's going to run against the database if you want to do it manually. But you don't have to. Do you know why? Um, let's see. Um, People named Nancy. We have AI powered search. The AI interpreted our query as first name contains Nancy, and it found all the people named Nancy. Filter, open this up, and here it is. It updated our filters for us. We don't even need to use filters anymore. Let's see. Okay, semantic search, all people. Here we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to say, all these people are from different domains. There really isn't anything common between it, but you get the idea. Let's switch over to another business object so you can see some of the more advanced searching and filtering. Let's look at the leads. This is all sample data generated by AI. We can make all kinds of different column types. This particular one, we have image links. You can bring in images. You could bring in numbers, dates, pretty much anything you want. And when you look at this, all of this is editable with the right data types and searchable. So people with N in their name who have more than 400 employees. Begin with Amanda Martinez. Let's see what it did. Ah, it did first name and last name with N. That's wrong. Silly AI. There we go. Kevin has an N in his name, and he has more than 400 employees, so here he is. Ignore the duplicates. That's only because I re-imported the same data as a test. Sort by lead score, descending. Do the same thing with Miss Amanda there. But we can manually fix it. Lead score descending. Search again. There we go. We've got Amanda and Kevin. Kevin appears first because he's got a higher lead score. Brilliant. So what do we have? We have data import. Any file, any schema, it's going to automatically use AI to map that to your current data set, or allow you to make a new data set on the fly, import all of this data, identify the data types that it should be, validate the input against those data types, and allow you to determine what to do, whether it's skipping the row, skipping the value, if the transformation and the validation requirements aren't met. So there you have it.